Hello, everyone. Hello, Zoe and Betty. No, I didn't catch a cold. Again, I just always have spring summer allergies. My hair looks cool. Thank you. I don't really think so, but thank you. All right, let me pull up my notes for today and let's get started. Here we go. Yeah, Guilbean, allergies, bad allergies. Okay, are we ready to start? I'm almost ready. And thank you for telling me my YouTube's working. Good, I'm glad. All right. Hello, Kausum and Ban Ketong, and hello, Olivia and Ivy and Linda and Flame and Young. 大家好. Wow, 今天有很多中国人. And Jenny's here. Hello, Jenny. All right, so today I'm doing a stream called Mark's Musings. Do you guys know what a musing is? What is a musing? Anyone? A musing is something that you muse over. So the word muse is an interesting word. Um, in the art world, the word muse is a word like someone or something that inspires you a lot, right? So maybe a painter uh, wants to paint a beautiful woman because he thinks she's so beautiful. So that's his muse. That's his muse. Okay? So the original meaning of muse is actually very, very, very old. Um, it comes from a French word, but then before that, it comes from a Greek word, uh, a Latin and Greek word, uh, and that's where we get the word music. It's also where we get the word music from, and amusing and amusement and all those words. Those are all related to the word muse, um, which a muse was one of the. Um, it was a part of Greek mythology. Okay, um, they were the daughters, the muses. There were 9 muses. Okay, in Greek mythology, there were 9 muses, and these were the daughters of Zeus and another goddess. Who is it? Mine. I can't remember how to pronounce her name. Mnemosyne, I think. Nemesis. I can't remember how to pronounce her name. But anyway, it's some of Zeus's daughters. He had 9 daughters. They were called the Muses. Okay, and they were the protectors of the arts. They are the protectors of the arts. Okay, so a musing is something that you ponder about, think about, wonder over, study, admire. Something you're intrigued by. Okay, that's a muse. Okay, and actually, originally the word was capitalized because they were gods, they were goddesses. Okay, the 9 daughters of Zeus were called the Muses. Okay, and that's where we get the word music. That's where we get the word amusement. Okay, so today is called Mark's Musings because I am a thinker. I like to think a lot, and so I often have these contemplative thoughts that help me develop my sense of morality, my sense of rationality, my sense of logic, my sense of practicality, and my place in the world. And so today we're going to talk about some of those. So, for example, are any of you guys Buddhist? Anyone here a Buddhist? Because one of the things we're going to talk about is, well, let's start with a quote. I like quotes. Quotes are a good way to trigger the mind. All right, so here's a quote. What we think, we become. What we think, we become. Here, wait. Let me make that more clear for everybody. What we think, we become. And why do I say this? Because what do I always say is the most important part of language practice? What kind of practice is the most important part of language practice? Anyone? What's the most important part of language practice? Thinking. Thank you, Lynn. Thinking. So this is just showing you that the principle that I use for language is a principle that has been around for a long time. The idea that what you think is more important than what you do, because it happens first, very simply. Okay, you think before you act. And if you're in control of your thinking, you'll be more in control of your acting. But if you're not in control of your thinking, you will not be in control of your acting. Okay? So, what we think, we become. So the most important part of language is thinking in the language. If you can't think in the language, then you won't speak well in the language. Okay? Sometimes you act and then you think, well, that's right. That's right. Most of life's problems in this world happen because of people acting before thinking. So you should consider thinking first. Right? So this is just showing you that, again, sometimes internal fluency is more important than external fluency. Right? The concepts that you build in your mind, the stronger they are in your mind, the stronger they will be in the real world. Okay? So that's why when you think about wise men, what are wise men always doing? Thinking. Making money? No, wise men don't make money. Wisdom has nothing to do with money. I'm sorry to disappoint you. The pauses in my speaking make me sound more credible. Well, credibility makes me sound more credible. Intuition induces thinking too. Yeah, so intuition is like almost like instinct. It's an internal sense that you should do something. That's your intuition. Okay, intuition is your internal sense that you should or shouldn't do things. Right? My intuition tells me I should do this. My intuition tells me I shouldn't do this. But if you never even consider what your intuition says, then it's a lot more likely you're going to make a bad choice. Right? What do wise men do? What do I mean by wise? What I mean by wise is exactly what I said. Wise. Wisdom is knowledge plus experience and time. Okay? That's why you can't have a wise baby. A baby can have knowledge, but a baby cannot have wisdom, because wisdom only comes with time. So, in this case, when I say a wise man, I'm just thinking about someone who thinks about themselves and how they fit within this world, and how they think about what they can do to make themselves better and thereby make the world better. That's your duty in life. Figure out how you can make yourself better so that you can make the world better. Don't be a problem, be a solution. Okay? Don't make yourself into a problem. Make yourself into a solution. Okay? Wisdom is the ability to make the difference between good and bad. Kind of. That's morality. Morality is to know the difference between good and bad. Wisdom is to know the difference between beneficial and not beneficial. It's different than good and bad. Good and bad is a little bit too basic, and it considers things more on a moral sense. This is a good thing, or this is a bad thing. This is good and evil, right? But something that's proper or improper, or something that you should do or shouldn't do, or something that benefits you or doesn't benefit you. Benefit is the best way to look at it, in my opinion. Okay? Let's see. And are the pronunciation of all foreigners like mine? No, of course not. No, I am an English teacher. I am from Ohio, so I have the Midland, Ohio accent. Okay? Maybe I have too much English speaking knowledge. Can you have too much English speaking knowledge? I don't think you can. Okay, so let's go to my next part. Okay, let me answer a couple questions here. So Marzea, I see you have a question, but Marzea, do you see what I'm doing here today? I do have a purpose here today. So I have to stick to my purpose on my streams. Okay, a good host has to follow their purpose. And my purpose today is to talk about my musings. So listen to me. If you need your question answered, I will answer it, but not right now. Okay? However, tomorrow I have a stream, the same time today, just like today, but tomorrow, and I will answer any question tomorrow. And you can come on stage and talk to me tomorrow. Okay? On Friday and Saturday, those are on stage days. Okay? And you can come talk to me on stage and ask me your questions. All right? Hello, Flavia. Do I upload all my live streams to YouTube? Almost all of them. Maybe 98% of them. Occasionally, I might have one where I don't upload it to YouTube for some reason. Maybe I didn't plan anything, it was unscheduled. Maybe I'm not feeling well, something like that. But 98% of my streams here are also on YouTube at the same time. Okay? Is Ohio after O's? Huh? I have no idea what that means. Eve, the time of my live streams is usually around 9 or 10 a.m. New York City time. Okay? New York City time. Now you have to figure out what that means for you in your time zone. Okay? 9 or 10. 9, 9:30, 10, somewhere in there. That's usually when I start. Monday through Friday. Saturday as well. No, sorry, Monday through Saturday. Monday through Saturday. Okay? All right, let's go to another one. Oops. 10:20 already. Wow, goes too fast. I always forget about this day. Okay, we're going to do another one here. Let's see. Let me find one more good one for you. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. Think about this quote. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. What does that mean? It means when you die, plants eat your body and new life begins? Not exactly. No. Carolina says it means you should take risks in order to grow. That's exactly right. That's what it means. It means that a rock is a very comfortable thing. Do you know why rocks are very comfortable? Because rocks are always in their comfort zone. They don't do anything. So, living is about stepping outside your comfort zone. Rocks can't step outside their comfort zone because they're not alive. So, this is a reminder that learning in life is almost always uncomfortable. Learning is almost always uncomfortable in the beginning, right? If you want to become comfortable, you must do it, right? But lots of people, they're afraid of a good challenge. They're afraid of a good challenge. Growth feels awkward, right? When you grow, it feels weird. It's uncomfortable. It feels not safe. And because growing feels unsafe, sometimes people feel like, I don't want to grow. I don't want to grow. And they think that comfort is the point of life, right? Like to find the comfortable place is the point of life, or to find the place where you don't need to do anything is the point of life. But it's not. That is not the point of life. The point of life is not to be lazy. Evolutionarily, we are lazy because of evolution, but we are also alive because of evolution. And evolution is the reason why we decide to take a break and rest, but evolution is also the reason why we hunt. So, it's the reason why we try, and it's the reason why we don't try. And so the question becomes this. Here's the question that you should ask yourself. Okay? This is the question for today. Huh? Let's try that again. Sorry. Here's the question for today. What have you avoided simply because it was unfamiliar? What have you avoided simply because it was unfamiliar? Norway says, but going out of our comfort zone is not easy for some people. Yeah, it's not easy for anyone. But many things in life that are difficult are good. Many things that are difficult in life are good. Okay? And, we have another saying in English that I like. We say this: don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits. Don't limit your challenges, but instead challenge your limits. Push your limits. You haven't discovered your limit? That's good. I mean, that's good if you haven't discovered it because you're pushing all the time. It's bad if you haven't discovered it because you haven't tried. Okay. Yeah, I'm afraid I don't know what you're not on the same page here today. Let me check my YouTube people here. Hello, hey Miguel, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. How are you? What does every one of us want exactly from the live? Muhammad, hi. Guess what, Muhammad? If you want something from a live, go make one. But the audience actually is not in charge. I am. So it's my time. I'm here, and I will do whatever I want to do. And if it doesn't, if it's not something you like, that's okay. But you don't get to tell me, here's what we should do. All right, Muhammad? And maybe you're new. Are you new, Muhammad? How long have you been watching me, Muhammad? Just now. Well, Muhammad, I've been on this app for almost 12 years. I have about 82,000 followers here. I have taught 2,000 hours. 2,000 hours. More than 2,000 hours of free teaching here, where I teach about grammar, vocabulary, reading, writing, listening, speaking, thinking, any aspect of language, I talk about it. Okay? I have streams about vocabulary, I have streams about pronunciation, I have streams where I talk to people on stage, and I have streams where I just teach classes. Okay? So, guess what? In life, one of the things that actually ruins life very often is our need for instant gratification. Our need for instant gratification. So you come to my stream and you listen to me for 5 minutes, and if I don't tell you what you want in 5 minutes, now you're upset. Now you feel like it's not, this is not good. But if you just have some patience and take your time, then I think you'll find value in what I do. Okay? I don't think anyone is upset. I think Muhammad was bored. And boredom happens sometimes. Boredom happens occasionally. But it happens to me every single day. Someone comes on my stream, and within 2 to 5 minutes, they say, "You're not doing what I want you to do." And it's like they've never ever been in a classroom before. And I know you don't think this is a classroom, but it is. Okay? Now you know. Now you know. Okay, I have time to teach one more little quote. We'll talk about one more quote today, and then I have to go teach a lesson. I have a private lesson who's waiting for me. Let's see. Here's a good question. Look at this quote and tell me what you think about this quote. What do you think about this quote? If I had to take a guess, I would guess Muhammad already left, because that's usually what happens. Impatient people are not going to be successful. It's just a question. Okay, Muhammad. Well, then no offense. Just pay attention, stick around, and here, let me do this for you, Muhammad. Let me do this for you. This will help you tremendously. Here's my YouTube, Muhammad. If you go to my YouTube, go to AFIEC English. Search for this on YouTube, okay? Search for that on YouTube, and you'll find my YouTube channel where I have tons of videos that answer every question you can imagine about English. Okay? Every question you can imagine. All right? So, the best way to predict the future is to invent it. What does this mean? The best way to predict the future is to invent it. The best way to predict the future is to invent it. Yeah, there is another way to say this. The other way to say this is be the future you want to see. Be the future you want to see. Right? Whatever it is that you want to see, right? Then do that. Be that. Don't wait for it and wonder if that will happen. Do it. Right? And right now, when we talk about AI, right? For example, AI. Is AI shaping the way we learn? Is AI shaping the way we speak or think? And the question is it making us lazy, or is it actually finally letting us think better? Is it making us lazy, or is it letting us think better? And maybe it's doing both. Mona, yeah, it does depend on the user, right? This is good to think about. Some people use ChatGPT and AI, and they use it to make themselves lazy. Some people are using AI and ChatGPT to ask every question they've ever wanted to ask, but never got a chance to. You know? So, the best way to predict the future is to invent it. Okay? Some people are worried AI is going to make us lazy. Well, it will if you do that. But if you use it to make yourself more intelligent, then it will do that. Only by doing can uncertainty become certainty. Correct. That's correct. AI is amazing. I absolutely, yeah. I agree. I won't say it's the best thing ever done, but I will say it's the best thing we've done since writing. It's the best thing we've done since writing books. And yeah, I use it every day, and I think it's brilliant. And I am very careful and conscientious about choosing how I use it well. I always try to think about how can I use this today. Well, sometimes I even ask ChatGPT. I will ask ChatGPT, how can I use you better? I will ask ChatGPT about once a week or once every couple of weeks. I will say, what's new in AI and what new techniques should I know about, or new apps should I know about for the best usage of AI? Because AI is developing so quickly, the best way to find out what's going on is just to ask it. Right? Why is it called Musings? Carolina, you missed it. At the very beginning of the stream, I explained the word musing and where that word comes from. It comes from Greek, Carolina. In Greek mythology, Zeus, the god Zeus, the father of gods in Greek mythology, he had 9 daughters. They were called the Muses, and they were the guardians of the arts. They were the guardians of the arts. So the word musing, musing is a thing that you think about. It's something that attracts your mind and makes you want to think about it more. It makes you want to think about it, to see it, to envision it, to hear it, to listen to it. It makes you want to consider it more. That is a muse, right? So if someone says, oh, she's my muse, that's like an artist will say, she's my muse. I have to paint her. I must paint her. Okay? And the word music comes from this word also, amusing, amusement. All of those words are related to the word muse, which was from the Greek mythology. Okay? Let's see. I have to read a couple more comments, then I have to get going here. Thank you, stories, very much. Yes, but we also need to study English. Okay, I'm not sure what that quote is about. But if you're talking about AI, I use AI to study language. I use AI to help me with my Chinese. It can do Chinese. I can ask it questions in Chinese just as easily as English. You used it to help you plan your West Coast trip. I used AI to help me plan my Europe trip, my trip to Spain and to Germany. It was great. It was amazing. Mona, you can go back and watch the rest of this on YouTube in just a few minutes when I'm done here. Norway says we use DeepSeek in China. I know，我知道，可是都可以。如果你可以用那个 VPN，都可以用。OK，随便。一些人他们喜欢这个，一些人他们喜欢那个，都可以。Okay, guys, I do need to go because I have a private lesson who's waiting for me. So today's a short one. That's why it's just amusing, right? I'm just talking about a few quotes to make you think a little bit. I am going to try to be back a little bit later, but I do have a busy day today. Okay. Thank you very much, Eve. Thank you, Stories. I appreciate it. I'll give you one last quote to think about before I go. Here we go. Here's a quote from Seneca. Another great Greek. If you don't know who he is. Here's a great quote from Seneca. While we teach, we learn. While we teach, we learn. Every student is a teacher, and every teacher is a student. It's very simple, but it's really funny how few people really understand that. Okay? All right. I must go. I will see you guys either later or tomorrow for sure. And tomorrow, listen to me. Here is my website. Go to my website and you can sign up to my website, okay? You can study English on my website for free. I have great resources for free on my website. Go there. You can go to my YouTube channel and follow that also. But for some reason they're blocking YouTube now. So search for this at AFIEC English. Okay, search for that on YouTube, all right? And I will be back. And tomorrow is English Q&A session. Q&A session means question and answer. So if you have a question, I have the answer. Or I will try to. Okay? And tomorrow is Friday. Friday and Saturday, those are the days you can raise your hand and come on my stage. Okay? On those days, you can raise your hand and come on my stage and talk to me directly. All right? So, Friday, Saturday, those are the days to come on stage. All right? And if you have a problem, you have a question, you got to come back tomorrow. Okay? Yes. Here is my website. Again, it's called AFIECEnglish.com. 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 Okay? Go sign up. It's free. It's free. And there are so many resources. Everything you need to study English is on my website. Free. Everything you need to study reading, everything you need to study writing, everything you need for pronunciation, for grammar, for vocabulary, everything for the IELTS and TOEFL, it's all on my website. Okay? Okay, so tomorrow, if you want to come on my stage, then come tomorrow, all right? So I have to go. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Take care.